what country are you from?
I am from El Salvador.
Okay, very nice. How did you come to live into the United States? And like, how did your family come to live here?
I came to the States in 1989. I was fleeing a bloody civil war, and my father was already here, and he was working as a welder. And back in the days, you could apply for residency if you had a steady job. So he petitioned me because I was underage. So that was 76, 1989. The papers came out, so that's when my papa went to get me.
What's the difference between family life in El Salvador and family life in the United States?
Well, for instance, when it comes to feeding time or eating, like dinner, or even breakfast, everybody sits down at the table, and you finish your food, but you wait for your papa or mama to dismiss you. And I'm like here, like maybe like half of your family is sitting on the table, the other half is like somewhere out there. So that's one of the main differences that I see in terms of family.
Alright, so speaking like just generally, not like specific, just what are some like huge differences that you see between El Salvador, just all of Latin America and the US? So things that stood out to you in the first thing.
True that. Well, one of the first things, I guess we can make it politically, is that like in my country, we have at least 10 political parties. And I was surprised here that there's only like 2 predominant parties, Democrats, Republicans. Independents, not that many still, but that was one of the things that I thought was very curious.
Alright, so I just want to know if there's a difference between like the classes in the United States and in El Salvador, like if there's larger gaps between like rich and poor, or like what are the treatment between all of those?
True. Yeah, I'm not losing my voice. Hold on, comfort. True, in terms of that, social status or that social gap. One of the things about El Salvador, and it's the smallest country in Central America, but it's one of the strongest militarily, and economically has the strongest economy. But it's almost here like the United States, that the wealth of the money is held by maybe like the 1%. So it's the same thing in El Salvador, like maybe the 1% holds all the land, owns all the businesses, while the rest is just, either the lower class. There's a middle class, but it's a very small middle class, because most of the people in El Salvador live in the countryside. So the ones that live in the city tend to be the 1%. And it's very similar to here, where nowadays, the upper class keeps on growing, but the middle class is like staying the same, and the poor is just getting poorer. So that's what I see.
Alright, so do you know about any independence movements in South America? Like, did you learn them in school or anything? Do you just have any knowledge on them?
That is true. When it comes to education, we are a bit advanced in our countries. We might be third world countries, but like the math that a high schooler sees right here is actually math that someone in elementary will see in El Salvador. And so they teach us the core courses: math, language, nature, which is like biology right here, and social studies. In social studies, that's what we learn about the different movements in Latin America, and who got independence from Spain when, because that's a common thing that we have. And we talk about a little bit about the United States, but not much.
Okay. And have you heard the names, or just like know anything about Simon Bolivar or Jose Morelos?
That is true. Those people are considered like heroes in Latin America. They're like almost like the founding fathers. Like El Salvador, we have our founding fathers, and there's about 5 of them. And it's just like here, they were the ones that carried the movement to independ from Spain, and they also signed the Declaration of Independence, just like here. And we knew about Simon Bolivar because he freed Colombia, Venezuela, what is now Ecuador, Bolivia, and yeah, we definitely learn about. Even I knew about Che Guevara, Fidel Castro, San Martin, who liberated Chile and Argentina. We definitely know. Our teachers make sure we know who were the important leaders in Latin America. That's a good question.
All right, and do you have a note for Mr. Colfer? Anything to say to him?
Sí, yo sé que el señor Colfer es el hombre más interesante del mundo. Y por eso, cuando yo pienso en quién es el hombre, yo pienso en el señor Colfer. Porque él y yo somos amigos, los mejores amigos. Gracias.